Hello, everyone. My name is Skyla Post with SkylaPost.com, and on this channel, you'll find videos all about working from home. Yeah. And in this specific video, we're talking about working for VIPKid. We're talking about the demo video. So maybe you are brand new to all of this and you are looking for something that explains what to do, why to do it, how to do it, so that you can be successful on teaching your demo lesson. So what I would like you to do right now is open up the PDF. If you have started the application process with VIPKid and your application has been approved, then or accepted, whatever you want to call it, then they will have invited you to do a demo. That's really just the very first thing that they'll have you do aside from filling out the application, and they'll send you a PDF. It will be a lesson called Me, Myself, and I, Who Am I? You can either schedule to do it in person or you can record yourself and upload it. I really recommend uploading a recording of yourself. It will get you through the process very quickly, and there's enough tips and things in my videos and resources that you should be successful. Now, I did upload a 5-minute teaching example. You are to be teaching this lesson in 5 minutes, so I upload an example for you. You're welcome. I will tag that. And then I do want to mention I have a video called IPA. I will put that I'll tag it below, but I'll also put an iCard up for you. Now, it stands for Introduce, Practice, and Apply, and then Extend and Demonstrate. So if you haven't watched that video, I highly encourage you watch it because that will give you even more details on why we do what we do and when we do it. I'll talk about that in this video a little bit, but that will go into more detail. So if you have a second, I would recommend pausing this, going and watching my IPA video, and coming back. I really do want you to have this open to walk through this with me because I can't share all of the teaching slides with you, but if you are in the process, you have a copy already and you'll be able to open yours up and follow along through this walkthrough and this tutorial. So the IPA video is really helpful. I also have an IP video. It is about blending and it talks about appropriate ways to teach a blending slide, and I think that's really helpful as well. So the IPA video, the IP blending slide, even though this lesson is blending IG, you still use the same teaching principles, you teach it the same way, and then I also recommend after this video watching the 5-minute teaching example. Okay, let's get going. Now, the very first slide you won't need at all. It's just for you. It just has some pictures and things about VIPKid. So you will actually teach on the next slide that does say Me, Myself, and I, Who Am I? All you need to do on this slide is an introduction. Okay? So say your name. Ask the student their name. If the student does not use a full sentence, you will guide them to use a full sentence. Okay? Now, no one's actually there, so go ahead and pretend like they need you to help them go through a sentence, okay? So always guide full sentences. When you want them to repeat, you can put your finger on your chin. If you want them to speak, every time you want them to speak, put your hand on your ear. This means repeat. That means your turn to speak. Excuse me. Okay, so that's very, 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 very basic TPR. You also will want to include in your demo props, an educational background, good lighting, good sound, dress professionally. All of those things matter in your demo, in your mock classes, which is the stage after this, and also when teaching. Okay? So keep that in mind. And then you will use 2 forms of TPR. Instructional TPR is any action that you do, like I just showed, finger to chin, ear cupping, maybe you gesture, what, or draw a line, or circle, anything like that. Okay? So your body is enhancing your words with any instructions you give. And then educational TPR, are actions the student can reciprocate. In this lesson, we have sad. Well, what can you do for sad? Or that is an action the student can imitate. Other examples of educational TPR could be like big, small, fly a kite, or fly, baby. Are you getting it? They're verbs you can act out. Okay, I felt like I needed a few side notes in there. So on the first slide, say your name, ask the student's name, encourage a full sentence. Ask them a rapport building question. The most common questions are how are you and how old are you? I would encourage to go ahead and ask both, okay? This is a quick example of how the slide might go. Hello, my name is Teacher Skyla. What is your name? Hi, Sarah. My name is Sarah. Very good. How old are you? Wow. I am 6 years old. Very good, Sarah. How are you? Happy? Sad? I am happy. Very good. Sarah, I am happy too. So that's an example of your introduction slide. Okay? Now on the next slide, you can choose to use rewards provided. You can choose to use your own. That is up to you. This is a small portion of an interactive level 2 lesson. Now, on the actual PowerPoint, you will be able to drag the soccer balls. Okay? And what I actually recommend is to use your own reward and introduce your own reward here. Okay? When you are doing a longer video, a longer lesson, you are welcome to teach drag and drop here. You definitely want to do that with the mock class. It's up to you if you want to do it for the demo. If you're worried about pacing, you can just introduce your own reward. Now, a very simple way to introduce a reward is to do something like this. When you do a good job, you get basketballs or faces or soccer balls or something like that, whatever item you have chosen. It doesn't have to be a soccer ball, but it can be. I happen to have a soccer ball reward. I have a magnet board. It's just a piece of sheet metal that's magnetic. I put behind this is just a vinyl photo backdrop I bought on Amazon. So I can actually magnet things behind me. Okay? So you could do something like this. When you do a good job, you get a soccer ball. Now, if you have them repeat soccer ball, that's an extension. So you're welcome to extend with rewards, having them repeat the name of it, how many there are, colors of things, shapes. Those are all appropriate extensions for level 2 students. So yeah, I do something like this. When you do a good job, you get a soccer ball. Soccer ball. Great job, Sarah. 1 soccer ball for you. Very good. Now, if you had to repeat back 1 soccer ball, then that would be extending with numbers. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit faster. There's only a few more slides because you can watch me teach each slide all the way through on my example video. Okay. When you get to this slide, this is referencing the IPA teaching format, which all interactive level 2 lessons are built upon. It is the foundation of the lessons. So on the top right of all interactive level 2 lessons, you'll see an I, a P, an A, an E, or a D. And you'll see things like vocabulary, verb, those kinds of things. So this is an iVocab slide. Again, watch the IPA video. It'll give you a lot more detail. But all that means, and what all you need to know right now is sad is your vocabulary word. You need to have the student say it at least twice in isolation. Nothing else. Not say sad. Can you say sad? That's it. they repeat sad. All right. So the objective of this slide is they need to say sad twice, and they need to repeat he is sad after you. Okay. That is the objective. Please, when you are in an actual lesson, mark the slides, because you want to show the students what you're talking about and where you're at. So if you see me do something like this or like this, that is me signaling to you that I'm underlining or circling on the screen. So the slide would go something like this. Sad. Sad. He is sad. Sad. So there, I'm using instructional TPR with my ear cupping. I'm using educational TPR. By acting out sad, the student can act that back. Reciprocate that action back. I'm using props. I have a flashcard and a picture. And then I also marked the slide. So you're really guiding the student. Now, P vocabulary, again, you can watch and reference that IPA video, but on a P vocab slide, the objective is for the student to practice the sentence and to also teach them a question to answer. Okay, so that on the next slide, the apply slide, they can answer a question independently. If you look on the bottom, there's a teacher tips box. In that, it suggests asking who is sad. So you can approach these slides a few different ways. You can either have the student repeat he is sad after you, and then ask the question, and then have them try to answer. You can model question and answer. So I'll show you two different ways really quickly. He is sad. Who is sad? He is sad. So all I had the student do was repeat he is sad twice, but they heard the question to answer. You could also do something like this. Dino, who is sad? He is sad. Sarah, who is sad? And hopefully she would say he is sad. You can go back to repetition if needed of he is sad if the student needs it. Okay? So you can do that. And then on the next slide, your goal is for the student to answer the question, who is sad? The answer is she is sad. Now, if they cannot say she is sad the whole sentence right off the bat when you say who is sad, if they just say, who is sad? If they just say a part of it, then that's okay. You can make a correction and have them repeat back, she is sad. But you can also say she is, and they can say sad, and then you can ask who is sad. They would say she is sad. So as long as they answer the question or fill in the blank without just repeating after you, you have hit the goal of this slide. Okay? Example, I'll show you. She is, right there, your student should say sad. That is you hitting the objective of the slide because the student independently gave you the answer. Now, of course, we want them to give the full answer so we can prompt them to give the full sentence. But if they give a part of the answer, like one word out of a sentence, that counts because you got independent verbal output from the student. Again, the IPA video talks all about this. And if you really did follow me and watch that first, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or you can just straight up, who is sad? And most of the time they'll say she is sad because we've literally we've introduced the word, we've practiced the word, we've practiced the sentence, we've practiced the question into the answer. They should very easily say she is sad when you ask who is sad. Okay? And then on this next slide, the phonics slide, this is where I do have a slide similar to this. It is an iPhonics slide, but it is for the mock class stage. It's my IP video example that I also encouraged you to watch. And it talks about how because it's an introduction slide, we are treating ig like our vocabulary word. Every time we have a vocabulary word, every time we have an I slide, there's always something to repeat twice. So the student will repeat ig, ig. This is an introduction slide. It can be all repetition. Just prompt the student to repeat the sound, the blend, then together. The sound, the blend, together. You can choose what props you do or don't use, but as long as they say ig, ig, d, ig, dig, w, ig, wig, ig, mig, then you're golden. Okay? Okay. That's what onset. The onset means you're doing this part together. This part together. Okay? And then on the goodbye slide, you can always say, see you next time. It was nice to meet you. All of those kinds of things. You can count back rewards. You want to make sure that during you give probably 3 or 4 of whatever reward you have and 1 or 2 stars. Yes. So I hope you found this helpful. What questions do you have? Comment below. Yes. If you have, like I said, any questions, comment below or email me, skylasposts@gmail.com. It will also be linked below. Watch my 5-minute video example. Go through this walkthrough. Watch the IPA video. Watch the IP blending slide video. And you will be so ready. Of course, review any materials that VIPKid supplied to you in preparation for your demo. But yes, background, lighting, good sound. Do not show up in your pajamas on your bed. No, that's not a good background. It is not professional. You've got it. See you next time.